So I have to say I respectfully disagree with this comment. That's not how XRP works. Ripple has made it clear XRP doesn't need 100 billion tokens circulating to function. It's a liquidity bridge, not a speculative asset. That means only enough XRP is needed to be active in a corridor to move the money flowing through it. And because XRP settles in seconds, it can be reused multiple times a day. Bitcoin is a store of value, it just sits there. ETH fuels apps, it gets spent. XRP bridges value, it gets recycled. Here's a direct quote from Ripple. Only a small amount of XRP is needed at any one time because it can be reused across multiple transactions. You can read that in the case of XRP liquidity provision in 2019. That's not speculation. That's Ripple describing how the infrastructure works. So what does that prove? It proves institutions don't need the whole supply of XRP to run the system. XRP is recycled, not consumed. Liquidity is reused, not permanently locked or hoarded. When XRP is used in an on-demand liquidity transaction, it's sourced in real time, transferred across a corridor, and then released back into the open market, ready for the next transfer. It's like a circular liquidity loop. XRP doesn't need to be replaced each time, it just needs to move efficiently. ODL sources XRP on demand and then X's it back to money, so banks don't need to hold it. Ripple's entire system is built for capital efficiency, not saturation. So if XRP can be reused, why does it still need to be valuable? Reusability reduces the number of tokens needed, but the tokens that are needed still need to carry value. Let's break it down with real math. Imagine a payment corridor that needs to move 1 billion per day. If XRP is reused 4 times a day, then 1 billion divided by 4 equals 250 million worth of XRP that is needed at any given time to keep that system running. Now ask yourself, if XRP is worth $1 and you need 250 million XRP to meet the 250 million requirement, but if each XRP is worth $10, you only need 25 million XRP. If XRP is worth 100, you only need 2.5 million XRP. Same function, less volume, faster, cleaner, and more efficient. High-value XRP means less slippage, lower spreads, and better liquidity control for institutions. Large institutions don't want to source millions of low-value tokens per transaction. They want speed, precision, and minimal exposure risk. So even though XRP can be reused, it still needs to be valuable enough to carry serious liquidity per token. If XRP were too cheap, the system would need more tokens per transaction, take more time sourcing liquidity, be less efficient, and more institutions wouldn't tolerate that. That's why XRP's value must rise as volume increases to ensure scalability, reliability,